Deputy Public Defender Oscar B. Rowe with another lesson on criminal law. In this lesson, we discuss an alibi as a defense to a charge of criminal activity. An alibi is basically evidence that a defendant presents that shows that he or she couldn't have committed the crime because they were somewhere else when the crime occurred. When we think about an alibi, we usually think about a witness who testifies that they were with the defendant at another location when the crime occurred, and there is no way they could have done it because they were with them the whole night. That's certainly one type of alibi, but I have presented all sorts of evidence as alibi evidence. Sometimes I present ring camera video that shows that my client was somewhere else when the crime occurred. Sometimes I present receipts to show transactions that my client was engaged in business or was at some other location at the time of the crime. Keep in mind, though, that with regard to witnesses, the most credible alibi witnesses are going to be people who don't have any reason to lie for my client. For example, if you bring in your mom to court and she takes the stand and testifies that she was with you far away from the scene at the time the crime occurred, so her baby is innocent, that may or may not fly with the jury. A prosecutor might get up and say, "Look, you know mom loves him, and she'd do anything to protect him, so you can't believe her." Suppose, for example, that you were in Dr. Field's class the night of the crime, and you bring him and your classmates who don't really know you, except from the classmate bingo assignment, who have no reason to lie. Those witnesses might be much more credible. Ultimately, however, it's for the trier of fact, judge or jury, to decide if they believe your alibi. If they do believe your alibi, you have a better chance of being found not guilty. In my many years now of doing jury trials, I had cases in which I didn't quite believe an alibi witness that a defendant would offer for me to present in court. I would have my investigators re-interview those witnesses. For example, my client might say, "I was with these 5 people at this house." We would go interview every one of those witnesses separately. We go through every detail of what happened. What did you have for dinner? What did you talk about? What time did the defendant leave? Who else was with you? We go through every detail of their story, and we'd look for inconsistencies. If we found significant inconsistencies among the witnesses, then we might not use them as alibi witnesses in court. So that is your lesson on the use of an alibi as a defense to a crime.